Let's begin our Zentangle Landscape. I hope you have fun with this project. As you get started, you're going to get a sheet of white paper and just start sketching out what you want to do for your landscape. So in pencil, I'm just thinking about what I want to do in the sky, what kind of ground that I want to have, so horizon line or mountains, or where I want to put my my ground. And once I've done that, I'm going to go ahead now and grab some watercolors because I like my landscape and I'm ready to begin. Now might be a good time to put your name on the back before you begin painting, so please take a moment to do that as well. When I get my paints out, my watercolors, I'm going to begin just by painting. And as I began to paint my sky or the sun that's setting in my background, I noticed that I did not have any orange. And so I thought to myself, I would like to put forth a challenge to you today. The challenge is to use colors that will mix with an analogous color, a color right next to itself on the color wheel. So when I didn't have an orange, I started painting my sun or my sun setting, and I've mixed a little bit of red with it so that I could get some hues and tints of orange into my sky so that it wasn't so dramatic from yellow to red. And that's where the inspiration of mixing colors got started as I began this project. So I really encourage you to, instead of using colors straight from the container, I want you to take a color, and it's fine to start with a color straight from the container like I'm doing red right here, but then I got to thinking, nope, my goal is to mix and blend some colors so that it's not just one solid color. The other thing you might notice as I start painting and mixing colors is that I'm not mixing in the tray, I'm mixing on the paper. So when I've got my yellow or I've got my red, whatever color that I have, I'm spreading it. I'm adding plenty of water to it, but I'm not going from red to yellow and yellow to red until I get to my paper, so that my brush is always clean, my yellow stays yellow, and my red stays red. We're not dipping our brush into every single color. Today I just want you to go ahead and start mixing and blending your colors onto the paper an analogous way. So when I started with my red, I thought if I started mixing my blue with my red, I might get a nice shade of purple. So again, analogous colors are colors that are next to each other on the color wheel, and they just really start to blend and mix really well together. So moving into working on my mountains, you can see that I've already started mixing right onto my paper. I really started enjoying this technique because it provides a lot more interest to the paintings that you're making. So my greens and my blues give me this really beautiful bluish green tint to the mountains. Blue and green are again next to each other on the color wheel. They're colors that work well together. This mountain, I've decided to start out by painting it purple. Purple, then, I was thinking I could either go to red or I could go to blue. So as I take my brush, I added some water to it, and I'm mixing little bits of blue with my purple to get a different tone or shade into my purple. I love mixing colors. It makes the colors much more interesting to look at, and I hope you have fun doing your paint mixing as well. I'm going to go ahead and do the bottom or the ground into this project, and I hope you enjoy mixing colors today as you get started today too. Thanks.